Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So today we are going to do another project which is related to cloud AWS, and in this project we are going to use AWS services like RDS, a relational databases system. So what we are going to do in this project is basically we will we will provision our uh, relational databases instance, RDS instance, and inside that RDS instance we will use SQL server instance. And then after creating an SQL server engine instance, Microsoft SQL server DB instance, then we will simply launch an Amazon EC2 instance. And after making our EC2 instance, we will simply attach this SQL server with an EC2 instance, and our EC2 instance basically have an internet access, so it will go towards an internet. But our Microsoft SQL server, which is on private subnet, so directly our RDS or our database server, which cannot publicly accessible on internet directly, but after connecting with an EC2 instance we can go towards an internet. So let's begin our project. So firstly we will log into our AWS account, so AWS cloud compute login, and then we will just simply log into our AWS cloud account. So simply give to our email address over here and then log next, and then give my password over here. If your account is MFA enabled, then you have to provide an MFA code over here. So I will provide my MFA code right over here. So here you can see that I have just enabled to my AWS cloud account, and simply firstly I will go towards an RDS. So RDS, you can see over here there are different services of AWS available over here. So I simply select RDS, and then I will go for further settings and enable our DB instance. So over here you can see DB instance. Simply click over here and create database. Yeah, simply we have to create our database. So firstly it is right now on standard create, so by default it is correct, we do not need to change it. And engine option, since we are going to use over here MySQL engine type, so I will select MySQL over here. Yeah, and then go below, and engine version is right now MySQL 8.0.33. You can select another as well, but for this project it is correct right now. And template, we will use free tier template right now for testing purpose. And then you can give DB instance name. So according to you, I will give a simple name to it, MySQL DB 01. Yeah, then master username, you can change it according to your requirement, but for this project I will use it similar. And then you have to create master password. Yeah, you have to create a simple password for your DB instance, which will require by whenever you are going to connect with your SQL server. So I will give over here a simple password. For testing purpose you can create according to your requirement. So I will give a simple password over here. You can give any password over here. So I will confirm this password and then go below, and for db instance class I will select db.t2.micro. Yeah, then storage you do not need to change anything, which is by default correct for this project. And then go below, you do not need to change anything over here, and you can see over there public access, since we know that our RDS should be on private subnet, so we do not need to select yes over here, because if we select yes then it would be publicly accessible, since our database is so private and we do not need to yes for this database, so we will always select over here no. Yeah, and then we will go below, and VPC security group, choose existing one, create new. By default it is okay, we do not need to change. Availability zone, no preference, we do not need to select anything right now. If you wanna select by your preference, you can do that as well. And database authentication, password authentication, it is okay. And then go simply below, and over here you can see that additional configuration, you have to click over here. Yeah, additional configuration, and then go below, and you have to simply unenable automated backups, because it will take some memories and you have to pay more for your backups, and we do not need a backup for this project right now. And simply go below, and you can see that estimate monthly cost if you use these services, as we have just selected over here right now. This is bill is estimated is on demand usage describe. You can go through this link as well, and then go simply below, and over here you can see that estimate monthly cost. Yeah, and then simply you have to create your database. Master username is required. Yeah, so you have to select your master username, which is by default I think admin, so I will select over here admin. We do not need to change, but I think there is some a master password an error, so we have to change the password. And you have to give your password according to your requirement, there is no problem. Yeah, it should be an 8 character. Yeah, so you have to say give some long password like 8 number password, we should be okay. So I will select some more number. Yeah, and you have to give your password by uh, your constraint. You have to check over here at least 8 printable as character, can't contain any of the following slash and single quote and double quote and at the rate. Yeah, and then you have to just simply create your database, create database. Yeah, and it will take a little bit time. Yeah, you have to close over here, and then you can see right now it is showing over here that it is now creating. Yeah, it is now creating, so it will generally take a little bit time in order to create your database. So what we are going to do next, we will just simply make our an EC2 instance. In the meantime, when our database is going to create, we are going to make our EC2 instance on the same time. So I have to write over here EC2, and over here you have to just right click and open link in new tab. Yeah, and on new tab you have to launch your EC2 instance. Just simply click on instance running and then launch instance. Previously we do not have any EC2 instance, so we are going to launch our new EC2 instance, and we will give a name to our EC2 instance, which is MySQL EC2 instance. You can give any name to your instance, and then we will go below, and for Amazon machine image you have to be careful, because this Amazon Linux machine, which is 2023 AMI, we do not have all the options available right now because it is the latest AMI. So we will use Amazon Linux to AMI HVM. Yeah, so be careful while making these settings, and then go below. You have to select instance type, which is to t2.micro, and then for key pair you can create a new key for your MySQL EC2. Yeah, and then simply create key pair. After creating your key pair, then go below network setting. You have to edit, and VPC, which is by default okay, subnet firewall, everything is okay. You can give your security group a name, MySQL SG. Yeah, and then go below, and you can see that inbound security group role, which is SSH anywhere right now, but we have to give some more additional security group rules for this instance. And firstly we will connect HTTP anywhere, and then we will add some more security group and click on HTTPS anywhere, which both protocol use for internet inbound traffic rule policy. And for MySQL server we have to select one more protocol, MySQL Aurora, and source type would be anywhere again. Yeah, for another settings which we do not need to change anything else, then simply going to launch an instance. Yeah, simply launch your instance. When you launch your instance, view all instances, and then you can see that right now your instance state is in pending condition. You just need to refresh. On the same time you have to go back to your RDS instance, and you have to check either your instance is available or not, and you can see right now which is on available state. Right now your RDS instance is in available state right now. Yeah, so you can see that your RDS state is available right now, and your EC2 instance is on running condition right now. Yeah, and actually your status check is initializing, so your EC2 instance will take a little bit more time, and then we will go further ahead. Since our RDS is now ready, you can see clicking over here, you can see that your RDS endpoint available, port available, and your RDS is now on active state. Yeah, security group on active state, and your RDS is now ready. And for our EC2 instance, it is now on running situation and condition, and it will take some more minute in order to be starting our EC2 instance. Then we will connect both RDS and EC2 instance. As you can see on our picture right now, our Microsoft SQL Server DB instance should be connected to Amazon EC2 instance, and Amazon EC2 instance have publicly accessible on internet because it have an internet gateway. Since we have given our HTTP and HTTP S to our EC2 instance, so the traffic can go on internet as well. So we will just simply wait, and now you can see that our EC2 instance is 2 by 2 status check, and our EC2 instance is on running condition right now. Yeah, so what we are going to do right now is to basically firstly we will go on RDS, and on RDS you can see that on if I click on databases, and you can see that our status is right now available, and then simply we will go inside and see some more settings, and you can see over here publicly accessible no. Yeah, there should be always no, because if over here it is yes, then it means your RDS server should be on publicly accessible, like your RDS can go towards public on internet, and that should be a great great security wise secure security wise a great thread, because your server should be on private subnet, and therefore you have to make sure that your server should be not publicly accessible. Yeah, then you have to simply connect your this RDS instance to your uh, EC2 instance. So what we are going to do is to go for an EC2 instance and select your EC2 instance, and simply go on actions, and then on networking you have to click, and then connect RDS database over here. Yeah, and then select over here an instance, and then select your EC2 MySQL DB01 RDS instance over here. After selecting your RDS instance, you have to just click on connect, and you can see that it is now connect to your database. Your EC2 instance is now successfully connected to your database MySQL DB01. Yeah, you can view instances, click on view instances, and you have to log into your EC2 instance. Simply click on over here, and then click on connect, and then go below and simply click on connect. Yeah, it will take some time, and your EC2 instance should be login, and you can see over here now your instance is completely ready. You have to give some command sudo su for a root user, and then hit enter. You can see that now $sign is not available anymore, so you are root user right now. So firstly you have to update and upgrade your EC2 instance, so simply give command for that. Give command yum update -y. It is now updating your EC2 instance. Right now it is now updated, so you have to upgrade as well. So yum upgrade -y and click enter. Yeah, so your EC2 instance is now update and upgrade. Now you have to give further command in order to, firstly you have to download your SQL, so yum install MySQL. So your SQL is now downloaded. You have to write over here y and then enter, and you can see that your MySQL instance is now installed over your EC2 instance. And then you have to give further command in order to connect to your uh, MySQL. So firstly we will do clear our EC2 instance, so write command clear, yeah, and then you have to give another command in order to connect to your RDS. If you know, right now you have give some password to your RDS whenever you are going to make your RDS instance, so we will use that as well in order to connect to your RDS instance. Yeah, so firstly you have to give command to connect to your RDS instance. A command for that is MySQL -h, and then go for your RDS instance. And in your RDS instance you have to copy your endpoint of your RDS instance, which is available over here. You have to just copy that link and then paste to your command line interface. Yeah, so simply go over here and then simply paste over here and then give further command, which is hyphen capital P for port, and port should be 3306 for MySQL, and then give further command, which is -u, and username, what was the username, which is admin, and then -p for password, and then hit enter, and you have to provide your password, and then enter, and you can see that our MySQL instance is on running condition right now. Yeah, so we have successfully connected to our RDS by using our EC2 instance, and you can see on picture as well. We have firstly make our RDS MySQL server on private subnet, because which is not publicly accessible, and then we have created our EC2 instance, and then we have to connected both instance. And since our EC2 instance have publicly accessible on internet, so you can see that we have successfully connected our EC2 on RDS. And now right now I have simply log into my SQL by using my EC2 instance over here. Yeah, so now further I have to use my MySQL server, so I will use simple command for MySQL. And then firstly I will check my databases, so show databases command, and then hit enter, and you can see that our databases which are currently available over here, so we can create more databases as well. So by using create command, create database, which let's suppose is database name should be you can use any database name, but I will use database name which is SCH, yeah, like school SCH, and then hit enter, and you can see your databases. I can show databases, and right now we have SCH database as well. Yeah, so we will use SCH database, so use command and then SCH and then colon and then enter, and you can see that database change. So right now I am on school database, and we will use more some commands in order to make our table on our database here. So create table. So create table. So let's suppose I will create a table of a school s uh, SCHOOL school, and then uh, then break it, and then inside our table I will make some columns, which is for student name. First column should be of student name, so stu name, stu name, and then stu name data type should be varchar 45, yeah, and then comma, and then stu id, yeah, stu id and data type should be integer for that. And then simply I will do column and hit enter, and you can see that our database table is now created. So I can see our table as well. So describe command by using desc because our database is sch, and then hit enter. mm, there is some error for that command, so I think we have to correct that. So we'll use some another command. Firstly, I think we have to so yeah, our table name is school, as you see previously. So I have to give a correct command, which is SCHOOL school, yeah, then it should work. And you can see that it is now working, and our table have contain stu name and stu id, and type is varchar 45 and integer, yeah. And you can see another column as well. We can give some values to our table as well. So we will give some values to our table, and then we will check our table again. So for giving values, we will use command insert into, and where we are going to insert these values on a table of school, yeah. And then make us break it, and then give some values. For stu name, the data type is varchar. So you have to firstly um, select the name of that column, which is stu name, yeah, stu name, which you are going to insert values, and then stu id, and then break it, and then hit enter, and then give values, values, and then break it, and then you have to give some values. For stu name, I am going to give a simple name, which is ahmad, and then inverted commas close, and then comma, and then stuid is 1 right now. So I am going to give 1, which is an integer, and then give then close your bracket and colon, and then hit enter. Yeah, your query is okay right now, and you can check your table again. So for checking your table, use command select, and then star for from your table name is school, SCHOOL school, and then colon, and then hit enter. You can see that one record is now inserted to your column. You can give multiple record by using these same commands, and you can create more columns and rows, and uh, your SQL tables according to your requirement. I am going to give some more uh, values to this table. Simply I will give one more value, and then we are going to wind up and finishing our project for today's mission. And then going to give some values more, and for Ahmad I am going to change and give now a name of Qasim, and STUID right now is 2. Yeah, and then simply click enter, and you can say that query okay. Now I can again simply using this command again we can check our table, hit enter, and you can see there is another record which is Qasim, which is available to this table, which is now available to my database of SCH. Yeah, and this was our today's project, and we have successfully created our RDS instance, which is database instance. And along with RDS instance I have successfully launched our EC2 instance. And after making my EC2 instance, I have simply connected that RDS to my EC2 instance, and then by using an EC2 instance I have just simply log into my EC2 instance and make our SQL server connected. And then I did use some SQL queries and simply make a simple SQL table. So this is our today's project. I hope you like my project, and this is important for basic understanding of AWS cloud. I hope you like it. So I will request you have to like, subscribe my channel, and share to your friends as well. Thank you so much. I hope you like it. Allah Hafiz.